Hey, hello. Today I am here with the new topic that is poetic device, understanding the tools of poetry. Want to understand poetic device fast? Here's a quick and easy breakdown with examples. Now, let us see what is actually poetic device. A poetic device are the techniques which the poets use to enhance the beauty of the poem, to convey the deeper meaning of the poem, and also to create a specific mood of the reader, and also to intensify the emotions for the reader. These devices are the elements for the poet to transform the ordinary language into a powerful and artistic expression. We can also think these poetic devices as the tools in a poet's toolbox. Now let us see some common types of poetic devices. They are figurative language, sound devices, structural devices, which are commonly used in the poems by the poets. Now we are going to see figurative language, why it is used in poems. This figurative language makes the communication more interesting and powerful, preventing it from being dull or dry. Means it prevents the poem being dull or dry. It also helps to paint a picture in words in the reader's or listener's mind when they are reading the poems. It also helps in making ideas more tangible and memorable through the words. By using the comparison statements, it can stir the feelings and make a connection with the audience. It allows for the conveyance of complex ideas or emotions in a way that literal language cannot do. Let us see some figurative language devices. First is simile. Simile, a type of figurative language that compares two unlike or different things using the words like or as. For example, his smile was as bright as the sun. Means you can see in the picture the comparison of the smile of a little boy is done with the brightness of the sun. So, what effects it creates in the poem? That it creates vivid imaginary and helps the reader to relate the things. Next figurative language device is metaphor. Here, in metaphor, a direct comparison between two unlike things is done without using like or as. As we have seen in the simile, the comparison of two unlike things was done by using like or as. In the same way, in metaphor, we do the comparison of two unlike things but without using like or as. Now we'll see the example. The example is time is thief. The meaning of this example is, as we know, time takes away the things from us as like the thief. So the comparison of the time and thief is done in this. So two unlike things are compared but without using like or as. This metaphor adds the effect to the poem that it adds deeper meaning and also symbolizes the things. Next is personification. Now, what is personification? Personification means it gives human characteristics to non living things or ideas. Now, for example, we'll understand through the example. The wind whispered through the trees. Can the wind whisper? No. But what is done here? Here, the human characteristics means the whispering. The characteristic of human is what? Whispering is given to the non-living, that is wind. Okay, so in the same way, in this personification helps the poets in the poems to give the characteristics to the non-living things. This personification do the effect of creating a emotion and connection with nature or objects in the poem. Now, next is hyperbole, exaggeration or emphasis or effect. Now, let us understand through the example. I am so hungry I could eat a horse. Here, in this example, it's not like that a boy wants to eat a horse, but he want to convey that I am very, very, very hungry. So, this hyperbole adds a dramatic effect or a humor to the poem. Next is idiom. Idiom means a phrases that means something different from the actual words. These idioms helps the poet to create a fun and easy way to understand. So now let us see through the example. It's raining cats and dogs. Now it's so funny that it's raining cats and dogs. Do really the cats and dogs are raining? But no, the meaning is that it's raining very heavily. But the poet gives a fun and easy way to understand by using such types of idioms in the poem. So it gives the effect to the poem of fun. Next devices is sound devices. Why it is used in poems? A sound device is a tool that poets use to create music in the poem, to make line easier to remember, to make poems more fun or emotional, and even to focus attention on important words. So this sound device tool is used in the poem to create a music in the poem through the words. These devices focus on the way words sound, not just what they mean. Sound devices make poems musical, fun, or emotional by using repeated sounds. Now, we are going to see the first sound device, that is alliteration, the repetition of consonant sounds at the beginning of the words. Means what? You can see the P letter is highlighted in the example. Peter Piper picked a peck. Means the first letter, first consonant, the sound of the consonant of the beginning word is repeated, and that is called as alliteration. It gives the effect of rhythm, draws attention to a line, and adds dramas or a mood of a reader. Next sound device is assonance, the repetition of vowel sounds within words. Now, as we had seen in the alliteration, the repetition of consonant sounds were in the beginning of the words. But in the assonance, we can see the repetition of vowel sounds within the words. Now, let us see through the example. Try to light the fire. It creates a smooth and flowing sound to the poem. Next is onomatopoeia, words that imitate or suggest the sounds they describe. Nowadays, in this onomatopoeia, words imitate or suggest the sounds they describe. Now, let us see the examples: boom, bang, smash, crash. These types of sounds are used by this poetic device, that is onomatopoeia. It brings the sound to life and makes the scene more vivid or exciting through the words of the sounds. Next is structural devices. Why structural devices is used in the poems by the poets? A structural device in poetry is a way that the poet organizes the poem to help create the meaning, the rhythm, or emotion. It includes things like the number of lines, stanza breaks, repetition, and the order of the ideas. Let us see through the various poetic devices of structural device. Most common type is rhyme. The repetition of similar sounding words often at the ends of the lines. As we had seen in the poems, the similar sounding words are often used in the end of the lines. For example, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Now, here in these lines, star, R gives the poem a smooth and slow and calming, peaceful tone. In the same way, the use of this rhyme is used to give a calming and peaceful tone to the poem. The next important device is stanza, a group of lines that form a basic unit in a poem. Two diverged roads in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Now, here you can see a group of lines is used to form a stanza. In the same way, the poet use a group of lines. It may be of 2 lines, 3 lines, 4 lines, 5 lines to make a stanza, depended upon the imagination of the poet. This stanza, it gives the effect of showing a big decision, creates a thoughtful mood, it makes us picture the scene and also makes us think about the life. Next, we can see repetition. Repeating words or phrases to emphasize an idea. Now, many times we had seen in the poems that the repetition of the words or the phrases is being done by the poet. Now, let's see with the example, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. So, this type of repetition you might have also seen in the many poems. The poet has repeated the words or he has repeated the phrases. So, this repetition, this poetic device help the poet to create the rhythm and also emphasizes the poem. I think so, students, you had understood the topic poetic device. Please stay tuned for more videos, and if you have liked the video, please do comment, subscribe and like the video and also share with your friends. I think so it will be helpful for your exams. Thank you for watching my video and bye bye.